It is a very cold day. First day into the Smokies, and they're treating us right. A hard hike up to Molly's Ridge. Dwindling food, dwindling energy, beautiful scenery, but can't see it because I just have to pull my beanie down so I can only see the 3 feet in front of me and keep walking those 3 feet. I can't be too far from the shelter. I'm ready for a rest. Mott's behind me. I walked into the Smokies at the start of a winter storm that would last most of a week. Maggie, TK, Last Chance, and Mott were with me going into the park, but on day 2, Last Chance and Mott fell behind as they considered walking off the mountain in the worsening weather. Maggie, TK, and I continued up the ridge into a world of black and white, stark in its beauty and its harshness. The winter scenery was irresistible to photograph, but working with the camera began to take its toll on my hands. Each night I crawled into my sleeping bag, and a prickling burning sensation flooded through my fingers as the blood ran in and warmed them. Climbing to Clingmans Dome, the snow drifted 3 feet deep, and nighttime temperatures hovered around 0 degrees. It was the most challenging hiking I had ever done, and my endurance was fading fast. Woo! Made it up to Clingmans Dome, highest point on the Appalachian Trail, and I really earned it. It was hard work getting up here. And I think that I'm probably going to be the only visitor today, unless Maggie and TK come in behind me. But I figured I'd live a little and treat myself to a candy bar. Oh, cool. Well, I'm not going to hang out here long. It's too cold. Try to get to Mount Collins shelter and warm up. Sunshine, I love you. I can't wait to see you soon, and hopefully the days will be warmer when we're together. I've heard it said that you can survive anything if you have a sense of humor and a sense of self. Those are words to live by on the Appalachian Trail, and they're qualities the trail cultivates in those who hike it. It also helps to have traveling friends, people to laugh with through the adversity, and park snowplows to bail you out down the closed road when you've had enough. After 4 days of trudging through the snow, Maggie, TK, and I cried uncle and hitched down to Gatlinburg for a rest stop. We returned to Newfound Gap the next day, feeling refreshed and optimistic. My friend Spencer was joining me to finish the hike through the park. I thought it was going to be breezy after what I'd already come through, and for at least one afternoon we had fine weather and clear skies. But then the winter storm hit us again, and each mile became a struggle. Here's a bit of what it's like to hike through day after day of wet and cold. You wake up and force your feet into boots frozen solid. Then you warm your hands. You put on snow gaiters, taking care not to scrape the frostbite that's breaking across your knuckles. Then you warm your hands. Some mornings your hiking clothes are more difficult to put on than others. Then you hike through blowing wind and icy snow, through soaking cold rain that turns the trail into a creek, and through the dark when you need to. What is it like this morning, Spencer, climbing this mountain?
It's just a nice little walk in the woods.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Easy going.
Just as efficient as ever.
At night, you struggle to warm your sleeping bag. You dry your gear as much as possible and eat dinner. As soon as it's dark, you fall asleep and get ready to do it all over again tomorrow. The Smokies took a heavy toll on my hiking companions. Last Chance left the trail for home with frostbite blackening 3 of his fingertips. Steven fell 30 feet down an icy slope and sprained his ankle badly, taking him off the trail for at least a month. As for me, I came out relatively unscathed, just sore muscles and some light frost nips scabbing my knuckles. Leaving the Smokies, I got to spend 3 days hiking with sunshine. We still had hard climbs to do and long afternoons, but those were some of the most rewarding miles of my hike thus far. It seemed like for every hardship the trail returned an equal or greater gift. You just had to look up to see it. Things like majestic wildlife sightings, an ice storm falling out of the trees, rhododendron tunnels, a friend to share the journey with, and the stars turning overhead at night. This is what the world did the morning I asked sunshine to marry me.
Alright, this is Chris Galloway, Frost, reporting from the Appalachian Trail for the AT movie. This morning we have low-hanging clouds and Arctic winds blowing in from the left, and about a foot of snow and ice on the ground. Really pleasant conditions for hiking, easy going on the trail. My nose is about to fall off. That's all we have to say.